I'm looking at this Kentucky Arkansas game. And now Arkansas, Kelsey Music, it's her first year at Arkansas. So, I can understand she's got to get this team turned around. She's not used to the high levels that you should be able to do at Arkansas. She hasn't been able to win a single SEC game. Now, mind you, considering who she's played against in the conference, but to be perfectly honest with you, I'm sure there was some grumbling after they lost to Arkansas State. If you're supposed to be a high level coach that can coach in the SEC and you're losing to Arkansas State as an Arkansas head coach, oh, they're not shooting that well. To be honest with you, they're not blocking. They're not working as a cohesive unit. They're doing okay with rebounds. Honestly, their steals are a little weak, but so is Kentucky. Kentucky's one of the best at blocking, but they're not good at stealing. So I don't know. Assists, they're somewhat decent at being cohesive as a unit. Rebounding, a little bit worse than Arkansas. They're averaging pretty good points and got a decent defense. But these two teams, Kentucky really has melted down. Kenny Brooks, who is a normally really good coach, and he's got, double double machine Claire Stack sitting there, and Tony Morgan's another really good player. They lost to Mississippi State, which also beat Tennessee, so Mississippi State all of a sudden's gotten a resurgence towards the end of the season. Lost to Georgia, which losing to Georgia, but they're unranked. You're ranked. You were in the top 10. You should be able to handle Georgia. They couldn't. Lost to Alabama, which is a good team. They're currently ranked. Lost to Maryland, who was a top 10 team at the time. And, they haven't necessarily been embarrassed by anybody. Like, well, Alabama was a little bit of an embarrassment to them. Arkansas, on the other hand, Arkansas just, they haven't beaten anybody in the SEC. Lost to Harvard, lost to SMU, and then there's that Arkansas State loss. I just, okay, they lost LSU, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Vandy, Alabama, and they lost to Mizzou. Kelly Harper's a good coach. I like me some Kelly Harper. Um, and I'm sure that Kelsey Music's unhappy with the shooting of her team. That, in all honesty, is probably one of the biggest downsides of this team. They're okay with 3 point, but they can't hit anything inside the arc. Well, they can, but not very well. Kentucky, on the other hand, they're not bad. They're doing mostly smart shots. They've got one of the best centers in the nation, backed up by Tony Morgan, a guard that really knows what she's doing. You've got 6 players in double digits. Arkansas's only got 2 players in double digits. One's close. Even got a guard that's almost a double double machine, which is really strange considering that this is a double double with the rebounds. Why is your guard having to do the work of a forward or center? That's what you're looking at here. So we're going to take a look at this by the numbers, as we always do, because, well, I'm a stats kind of guy. And we're going to try to determine who can win this game. So let's get into it. Before we get into the crux of this video, hit like, hit subscribe if you like college sports, because I do college sports, primarily college football, college women's gymnastics, do a little basketball and other sports on occasion, but that's what I do, college. Also, General Robert Neyland, former University of Tennessee head football coach for decades. had 7 maxims to win any game, but they can also help you if you apply them
Music
correctly to
licensing
your life.
reimagined.
The second one is play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That is a maxim that can be also applied to your life. Look for those breaks and take it. Okay, since Kentucky's visiting, we're going to start with them. They're averaging 76.6 points a game, which is pretty darn good. Not as good as some, but not bad. 56.6 is what's scored on average against them. 44% shooting percentage in the field goal range. 41.3 rebounds. You know, could be a little bit better, but not bad. 17.5 assists. Could be better, but, you know, they're still working as a team. 7.3 blocks, which is, in all honesty, one of the best in the nation from what I've seen of the stats of all these teams. They've only got 6 steals a game. That's a little worrying, and that could be part of why they're having the problems that they're having. Claire Strack, who leads in points, rebounds, steals, and blocks, is pretty darn amazing. She's in the game 30.2 minutes a game, which is a little much, but, you know, 15.5 points a game, 10.2 rebounds. Hey, double-double machine right there. 1.9 assists, 1.4 steals, 2.9 blocks, 1.8 turnovers. Not bad at all. I mean, could be a little bit better, but not bad. 46.2 field goal percentage, which is really good. 68.6 free throw percentage. That is what it is. And 23.1 3-point percentage. Honestly, you shouldn't have your center shooting 3-pointers, but she could be better at it if she's going to take the shots. Toni Morgan, who leads in assists, is a guard. She's in the game 34.4 minutes a game. They've got some players spending too much time on the court. 14.7 points a game, though, 3.6 rebounds, 8.6 assists. So, you know, she's knowing where to throw the ball. 1.2 steals, 0.7 blocks, 3.1 turnovers, which is not good at all. 48.9% field goal percentage, really good number there. 73.9 free throw percentage, and 40.5 3-point percentage. That's good. Now, Keone Key, a Ford, is third leading scorer in there 23.9 minutes a game, 11 points a game, 6.5 rebounds, so she's doing what she needs to do there. 1.1 assists, 0.9 steals, 1.4 blocks, 1.2 turnover, not bad. 54.9 field goal percentage, which is really good. 70.7 free throw percentage, but 8.3 3-point percentage. Perhaps she needs to step in through the arc. She needs to quit taking threes. Jordan Obi, who's fourth leading scorers, guard, 28.2 minutes a game, 11 points a game, 6.8 rebounds, 1.1 assists, 0.5 steals, 0.7 blocks, 2.2 turnovers, a little high there, 53.3% field goal percentage, really good there. 63.9 free throw percentage and 22.2 3-point percentage. Now look, this team's got a 31.6% 3-point shooting percentage. They need to start focusing a little bit better on making sure they're shooting correctly. But they're at 44.2 field goal percentage. They're taking smart shots overall. 70.3 free throw percentage, not bad. They've got, okay, Toni Morgan is at 757 minutes on the court so far this season. Claire Strack is at 665. Amelia Hassett, a Ford, is 698. And Jordan Obi's at 621. You've got one player sitting there. They've not got that many players, but they've got one player sitting there at double digits. They've got another player sitting at under 200. They got three a little over 200. Keone Key is sitting at 335. And everybody else has got way too many minutes. You're wearing this team down. That's the one problem. And that could be why they're on a slump right now. They need these players to get some rest. Arkansas would be the right time to do this if they can keep Arkansas in containment. But let's look at Arkansas. Now, Arkansas sit here at 73.1 points a game. That wouldn't be too bad, but the problem is that they're allowing 73.9 points a game. When you've got more points being scored against you, that's not a good sign. 39% shooting percentage in field goal range, 43.5 rebounds. That's not bad at all. 12.7 assists. That isn't good. You've got too many players not working as a team. You got too many players taking shots they shouldn't. 3.9 blocks. That's really not good. And only 7.9 steals, but that's still better than Kentucky. Now, Talia Jones is leading the score. She's got 33.7 minutes in the game, 16.8 points a game, 4.5 rebounds. She's a guard. 2.4 assists, 1.3 steals, zero point 0.6 blocks, 2.8 turnovers. That's not good. 44.8 field goal percentage. That's good. 38.8 3-point percentage. Not bad. And 83.5 free throw percentage. That's really good compared to a lot of folks. Bonnie Diaz, who leads in rebounds, she's a guard, leading in rebounds. Why is a guard leading in rebounds and leading in steals? 26.9 minutes a game, 10.4 points a game. So yeah, when your second leading scorer's only got 10.4 points a game, not good. And 9 rebounds. Like I said, why is your guard doing that many rebounds? 2.4 assists, 1.6 steals, 0.3 blocks, 2.9 turnover. Again, not good. Anything over 2, I don't like. 31.7 field goal percentage. So she's not taking intelligent shots at all. 71.1 free throw percentage and 27.3 3-point percentage. Here's somebody who doesn't know how to take the correct shots. I mean, you make it to college and you don't know how to make the right shots. She's a freshman, so somebody needs to teach her how to do that. Jenna Lawrence, third leading scorer, 17.8 minutes a game, 9.7 points, 4.9 rebounds, zero point 0.7 assists, 0.7 steals. She's a forward, so okay on the assist. 1 block a game. Why is your forward only doing 1 block a game? 1.3 turnovers. Okay, that's decent. 43.2 field goal percentage. Not bad. 89.1 free throw percentage. That is good. 39.5 3-point percentage. Okay, she can do her shots. Harmony Ware, fourth leading scorer. 19.5 minutes a game, 8.4 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 0.6 steals, 0.1 blocks, 2.2 turnovers, not good, 39.2 field goal percentage, really 78.6 free throw percentage, and 29.1 3-point percentage. They're at 33.7 3-point percentage, but in all honesty, the players that are actually spending time on the court, Emily Robinson, who leads in assists at 2.5 assists, is sitting at 28.4 minutes a game. Ashlyn Larson is leading in blocks. She's the center, 1.1 block a game. Really? And she's sitting at 17.5 minutes a game and 5.5 points. Yeah, you've got certain players that are on the court way too much. You've got 2 just under 100 minutes. Got 1 a little bit over 100 minutes. Got 1. You've got Talia Jones in there, 673 minutes so far this season. 592 for Bonnie Diaz, 624 for Emily Robinson. Yeah, somewhat smaller bench, but in all honesty, I'm looking at this going, why aren't you getting all these players in there? If you've got Jenna Lawrence going 4.9 rebounds, which is really good, she's doing okay on blocks considering the rest of the team. She's second leading blocker. Why don't you have her in there more than 17.8 minutes in the game? Especially when she's shooting 43.2% from the field goal range and 39.5 from 3-point range. Both those are well over your team stats. This is a team that's getting worn out. and they're probably one and done in the SEC tournament. And unless something turns around, they may not even make it to the women's basketball invitational tournament. That's just my thought process. So I'm looking at these two teams. And mind you, Claire Strack is one of the best centers in the nation. I like Claire Strack. I do. We've got some good centers this year. And Claire Strack is honestly somebody that you should pay attention to. I can see her, she's a junior. I can see her after next year headed to the WNBA or to an overseas team. It, she came from Virginia Tech, then goes to Kentucky. She's doing what she needs to do. And I like what she's doing. I really do. Averaging 15.5 points, 10.2 rebounds, nothing that you wouldn't want on a team. Tony Morgan, 14.7 points a game, 8.6 assists. She's doing what she needs to do. But turnover a little bit high for Tony Morgan. But they've got a good shooting percentage. Whereas I'm looking at Arkansas, and I'm sure Kelly Music knows that she's got to get this team going better. Talia Jones, you know, is a senior. And even though she's, sorry, ad on where I'm looking, she came from Oral Roberts with Kelsey Music, so she knew what she was getting with it. But to be honest with you, I don't understand, why she doesn't have anybody that can back her up. She's good at shooting, better percentages than her entire team. But you're overplaying her. Bonnie Diaz, as a freshman, has done some really good things for this team as a freshman, but she's got a lot of problems. A lot of problems. She's only got 10.4 points. I'm looking at the latest 9 rebounds. Why do you have a guard that's having to rebound that much? Kentucky should win this game and should be able to rest their overplayed players. What I would do if I was Kenny Brooks is bring in the players that aren't getting the playing time. You've got Gabby Brooks sitting at 46 minutes only so far this season. Get her on the court. Let's see what she can do. Josie Gilbin is sitting at 114 minutes for the season. 1.5 points. Get her on the court. See if she can do something better. Don't let Claire Strack overplay herself. Let her get her points. Let her get her rebounds. And let her get out. Let her get rest. Same thing for Tony Morgan. Let her get some points. Let her get her assist in. At least she's getting assists. But let somebody that can back her up get in there. If you want to make it if you want to make it through these tournaments, you can't let yourself get this worn down. And that's what they're doing. And Arkansas, unfortunately, is going to be one of those teams you can do that with. I hate saying it about Arkansas. They've got good players. I would love to see Talia Jones make it somewhere, but not on Arkansas. She probably would get considered for a European team or something if she wants to go pro. But seriously, there's going to have to be a lot of work with this team over the summer. That's the only thing Kelsey Music can do. She's got to get these players interested in actually playing. And also getting the teams playing or their players playing the way that they need to play. That's the only way I look at it. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Hey, that's my video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And comment. Don't forget that either. Hey, this has been Paul with
Artlist.io.
Redneck Thinker Media. I do sports, I do politics. Hit like, subscribe, and y'all, this has been Paul. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.